Here we go. Here we go. Mark for Pittsburgh. So don't say nothing.
Now Jackson on first down. They go screen. This is Ingram. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 33-yard line.
Set, hut, 57 ending. 54 Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Seahawks' 42-yard line.
Ready. 55. Mike 55. All day, dog. Go, go. Check, check, check.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He was taken down by KJ.
Single, single. That's single slot.
No
Single
gain on
slot.
the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
Match ball. 55. Mike 55. All day. Single.
On 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. 27 yards there, a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Good. You better be afraid of me. Fair.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this one's incomplete. C.J. Procise was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Got it. Mike 48.
Hey, watch the leg.
Wilson throwing again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Well left. Go get it. Hey, alert 48. Hey, alert. Let's go. It's a party now.
On third down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10.
Hey, 0. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
I'll go special. 57's Mike. Mike. I got it. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Rip left. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it. 57's Mike.
Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Double time. Hey, we got 3 down. Go. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I got it. 57. Mike, 50. We got it. 59. Mike 57.
Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 24, Teddy Weber.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, and his pass incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
27-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
CD, with that incompletion, let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think are the biggest 4. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the number 1 game because the number 1 seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment. Okay.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. He uncorks it for Snead. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
First down, Seattle.
48. Hey, you don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Tackles. Go, 4 down. Go.
Motion.
Go. 40.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
25.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Let's go now. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
57's Mike 57. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
40. 57's the Mike. Watch the screen. 57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Here we go.
from midfield now. Here's Wilson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. They find some open field here. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. On the draw, this is Ingram. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. 30. 10, 5, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. It's complete to Snead. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ingram again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Seahawks 28-yard line.
Mike 50. Hey, let's get that ball, D.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First down and goal to go.
Now here's Hill. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill taking it in as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Line 36. Line 36.
12.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This complete to Lockett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Check the backer, check the backer. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
57's right. Here we go, team. Here I come. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Again, they run. Again, it's Procise. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the pass. 36 to Mike.
It's been a long day for you. Mike, 36. Mike, 36.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
And here's Wilson on third down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You're going to see me in your nightmares, son. You're going to see me in your nightmares.
Snead's got it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Let's go, defense.
On first down, it's Ingram. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And an alley to run. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Watch the whip. Alert. Check tight.
From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's got Lockett. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
Got it. Hey, 0.
On first down, Wilson. And this is caught by C.J. Procise.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Again, Wilson rolling to his left. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hold up.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And a 20th carry now for Ingram. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
What? Go. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And he missed it. It's no good. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. And he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Jackson on first down. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, Ingram. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Check nickel. Right there. 54 Mike. I got him.
Now it's Ingram. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Ingram, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 on the Seahawks.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
36 to Mike.
First throw in overtime now for Wilson. Flushed out right. He'll find Metcalf. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Under 10. Alert. Echo. One left. Check. Shift. Mike 36. Hey.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Alert. 95.
Operating from the gun. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw. And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.